Hey there, Mary Sheila here with Occidental Nutrition. And the question is to snack or not to snack. So I want to break this down for you in a way that hopefully gives you a little bit of inspiration. I've been thinking about this a lot and working with a lot of clients on this. And I just recently led a group intermittent fasting challenge with my Blood Sugar Reset alumni. And man, we learned a lot in that experience, and I have some things to share. So there's so many schools of thoughts when it comes to how to eat well. Like, some people love to call themselves grazers. Some people like to have balanced meals. Some people like to snack throughout the day, right? And but what's really the best? And I'm just going to start by saying, the best is what works for you and feels good to you, okay? But I'm going to share some insight that you can kind of take in and maybe try on. And sometimes when we try things on, it could be making sure to try things on for like a couple months, right? Not just like a couple days or a couple weeks, right? We sometimes really have to try things on and follow through and be consistent. And then that's where we can see if something is beneficial to us. And the reason snacking is such a thing is, number one, it's such a food industry like wedge for us. It's like, all these snack foods that are highly addictive, and they're in snack sizes, and they're high in protein and high in this, and they're so good for us, but they're really snacks, and they're really processed foods in disguise. Or maybe they're not even in disguise, but they can be highly addictive. So then suddenly we have to have this, sweet snack or salty, chippy snack every afternoon, or something every night after dinner. And it starts to add up, and it can impact, our sleep. It can impact our weight loss goals or our weight maintenance. It could impact our blood sugar over time. So it can impact so many systems, this seemingly like kind of benign, have a snack. So it's good for us to pay attention to that, because I will say too, most people, they do a good job eating balanced meals, but then suddenly the snack might just throw them over the edge, right? So let's talk a little bit about the pros of, having good, of not snacking. Number one, and that's kind of what I'm going to focus on. But number one, when you are focusing not on snacking, you're going to really make sure you hit the mark with your meal. Ideally, we want to go like 3 to 6 hours between meals. And I know that's a big difference, but we all have a different metabolism. Some people, they're hungry every 3 hours, and that could be healthy for them to eat more regularly. Some people might be 4 or 5, and sometimes maybe even 6, right? But you want to eat a balanced enough meal that you don't need to think about eating for a couple hours. And when you eat a good balanced meal and the food comes down into your stomach is like a pot that cooks your food. And it cooks your food, and it really has to break down and unfold the proteins. And it's a very important job. It's like at the headwaters of our whole digestive tract. So, you eat that food, and the food leaves the stomach. And guess what? The stomach gets to like rest and replenish and get its juices going back. And that is very important, right? We don't need the stomach working all the time. We need it to like do its very important job, and then like rebuild its digestive juices and enzymes and acids, and take a little chill pill, take a break, right? Same thing with the rest of the digestive system. It all works hard. Let it do its job, let the food move on, and let it rest and replenish, right? Same thing with insulin. If we're constantly eating all the time, our insulin's going to be high, our blood sugar is going to be high. That makes it harder to get into fat burning mode, right? And that makes us more prone to becoming insulin resistant. So to support digestion, it really does help to eat balanced meals and not have to snack, right? And when we're focusing on these balanced meals, hey, we might really be paying attention to what we're putting on our plate to make sure we've got all the macronutrients, make sure we're going to stay full for a while, and, keep a nice steady blood sugar for a little bit. So it really helps to maximize our nutrient intake at that meal. And when we're focusing on that, we're probably going to have better energy and more mental clarity, because again, we feel balanced. It's not like we're eating so much we're stuffed. We're just eating the right amount to balance our blood sugar over time. And because we're not eating all the time, after a meal, you can brush your teeth. But if you're snacking all the time, you're not going to be, chasing each snack with a toothbrush, right? So you're gonna have better dental hygiene. And the other thing is, again, going back to that important job the stomach does, once the stomach's emptied, it's a great time to hydrate, right? Hydration in between meals so we don't dilute all those digestive juices makes a big difference. And oftentimes people will snack a lot kind of mindlessly, right? We all know we catch ourselves in the act, but if you snack too late at night, it might affect your sleep quality. If you snack a lot during the day, it might affect your blood sugar, which can also affect your sleep quality. So it really makes a big difference. So what I want to challenge you with, or just have you pay attention to, is think about when you snack and your habits around snacking. And the question you want to ask yourself when you catch yourself in the act, because trust me, you will, is to number one, say, am I hungry? And if you're driving in your car, can you say, can I wait? Right? Because that's a place a lot of people eat way too many calories because it's just you don't even think about it, right? Because you're driving, you're thinking about not crashing your car. So you ask yourself, am I hungry? Then the question is, okay, now I have a choice. If the answer is, yes, I am legit hungry, then by all means, eat your snack. But grab a plate or a bowl or whatever, put your snack on there, pay attention to portion size, put stuff away from the fridge or the cupboard, right? Don't eat it in front of there. Go sit down and enjoy your snack or your meal or your, whatever. Enjoy it. Savor it. Eat mindfully, right? Let it be another mealtime. Let's say you're yeah, no, I'm not really hungry. I'm not hungry. I am just eating. Then you can also have some inner dialogue that says, okay, I can eat this later. Put it away and eat it later. And what I often do, because I've been really paying attention to this, is I'm okay, I can have some of this with my meal. I'll have some of these nuts with my meal or some of this fruit with my meal or whatever. I'll finish it off, or maybe I'll even have this chocolate at the end of my meal. I'm not hungry for the chocolate, I want it, but I'll just have a little piece at the end of my meal, right? So it doesn't just raise my blood sugar. Kind of helps, it kind of just blends in with the rest of my meal. So I can say, put it away, save it for later. I might not even eat it later, right? It might not have the same draw on me if I could do that. Do you want to know what's behind door number 3? Door number 3 is to say, am I hungry? And say, no, and say, F it, I'm going to eat this anyway, right? We all know that, right? That can happen. We can catch ourselves in the act or maybe right after the act and be like, oh my God, what was I thinking? What am I thinking? I'm not even hungry. Why did I just eat that, right? What's going on here? But that's okay. That happens. It happens to all of us. That's an opportunity to go, okay, well, guess what? I was still mindful. I still thought of that question while I was catching myself in the act. I'm going to try to do make a different choice next time, okay? And let yourself off the hook, right? Each one of those scenarios is mindfulness in action. And this is important because snacking is kind of a newer phenomenon, and I don't think our biology has completely caught up with it. So the less we snack, the easier it is to maintain a healthy weight or lose weight, to maintain healthy blood sugar levels, to support our circadian rhythms and our hormones and our whole glandular system. And our digestive system. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell for notifications so you can learn when I drop more videos. Okay, thanks. Bye.